Hey everyone. So today we are going to be changing the oil on this 2017 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. Um, these instructions should apply for any third generation Tacoma 3.5 liter V6 within the years 2016 to 2023. So with that, let's jump right in. All right, so we have the truck pulled into the garage. We'll go over the tools and parts that we'll need for this oil change. So I'm starting at the left. You're going to need a drain pan for the oil, torque wrench, a oil filter kit. This is an OEM one that you can get from Walmart. There's the part number there, and I'll have that in the description and everything. You'll need a new crush washer for the drain plug. You'll need 6.1 or 6.2 quarts of oil. So what you can do is actually buy two 5-quart jugs, and then you can use what you have here, and then for the next oil change, all you need to do is just buy a new 5-quart, and then you can use what's left from the previous oil change. You'll need a 12 millimeter and 14 millimeter socket, and then you're going to need an extension rod here, and then a wrench, and then you're going to need the oil filter wrench removal tool. So this piece here will actually go on the oil filter housing and allow us to twist it off. You're going to need a funnel for putting the new oil back in, and then I just like to have gloves and then some paper towel there in case it spills. I have some scrap pieces of board here to do all the work on, and then I have a cover down there just to kind of protect the ground in case oil starts splashing everywhere. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is remove the skid plate from the truck. There are four 12 millimeter bolts. There's two up front, and then there are two in the rear. There's one right back here, and then there's one right here. All right, so once the skid plates are removed, we're going to go ahead and start draining the oil. You're going to need the 14 millimeter socket, and we're going to remove the drain plug right here. And I have my oil pan all set up here, and we'll go ahead and remove that and then drain the oil. All right, so we have the oil draining into the drain pan, so we're gonna go ahead and just open up the fill cap so that we can let some air in there. Make sure all the oil gets drained out. Also let some air in. So we have the oil draining here, it's almost done. Just wanna go over one thing. One thing you wanna look out for is you have the crush washer here. Sometimes it can get stuck on the oil pan here, and you'll just want to make sure that you get that off before you install the new crush washer. All right, so the oil is pretty much finished draining, so we're going to take the new crush washer here, and we're going to place it on the drain plug. Looks like that. Definitely gonna make sure that we remove the old one, and we'll go ahead and install it. I already have my torque wrench set. This takes 30 foot-pounds of torque. So we'll go ahead and install that now. All right, we got the torque wrench here. Once that's all tightened up, then I just like to come in here with a clean rag, clean up any oil that might be around here. All right, so for the next step, we're going to be removing the oil filter housing. First up is we need to remove this filter housing drain plug, and we can use a 3/8 extension to do that. It'll just slide in here like this, and then we'll just remove that. Just make sure that you have your oil pan set up. So inside of the Toyota oil kit, you're gonna have this little plastic piece here, which is going to insert into that oil filter housing where the drain plug just was, and that will drain all of the oil that is in the oil filter. All right, so we have the plastic piece. So just pop right in here. With both hands, there it goes. And we'll let that drain. All right, so the oil filter's pretty much finished draining. We now just need to remove this plastic piece from the housing so that we can remove it. Just grab some pliers like this and then just pull it off. It should pop out just like that. All right, so to remove the housing, we're just gonna need this tool here. Kind of just slides right on there. And then we'll just loosen it. There we go. I had to use my breaker bar there because it was on there pretty tight. All right. It is completely loose. All right, so now that we have the oil filter housing off the vehicle, we're going to take the old filter and dispose of this one. And then we need to replace these O-rings. So there's one O-ring right here, and then there's one right on the bottom. Oop, I'll spill that. So you'll want to take note of where this O-ring sits. You want to be very careful on where you put it. You don't want to have it up here. Don't want to have it down here. It needs to be in this groove. So you can use a trim tool to pry that out. But there's the groove right there that you want to set the new O-ring in. So we'll go ahead and take that off. Dispose of it. And then we'll take the new one. We'll go ahead and grab some oil. Lubricate the O-ring. Make sure that's all nice. And then we will insert it right into that groove right there. All right, so now that we have that one installed, we need to take the smaller one. Remove that. Take the new one, grab a little bit of oil, rub it on there, put that on there. Should just sit right in there, like that. We can take the drain plug and we can loosely attach it in there. We're gonna actually torque this down once we have the main housing installed. Leave that there. Want to take the new filter. Doesn't matter which way it goes. Should just slide right down in there. All right, so first just wipe this all down. All right, that looks good. Have the oil filter housing. Go ahead and just hand tighten this for now. All right, so this needs to be torqued down to 18 foot-pounds. So there's 18 right there. And then this little cap here gets torqued down to 10 foot-pounds. There we go, 10 foot-pounds. All right, so now the next step is to refill the oil. So what I'm gonna do is pour this whole 5 quarts in, and then I'll pour about a quart of the other jug. The engine takes anywhere from 6.1 to 6.2 quarts. All right, so that was a little over 6 quarts. Let the engine run for a little bit. You want to check the oil level, and what you want is for the oil level to be in between these two lines here. So if you're in between there, you should be good. So we're gonna let the engine run one more time, and then we're gonna check for leaks, and then if everything looks good, we will reinstall the skid plate. So the last thing that we want to do is reset the maintenance reminder. So to do that, You go into the settings on the dash. There's a maintenance reset. Reset maintenance reminder, yes. Maintenance reset complete, all right. And then if you track your maintenance on your center console, you'll also want to reset it there. So I go over to maintenance, engine oil. I'll change this to 5,000. That's when I'm changing my oil now, every 5,000, full synthetic. Okay, so there we go. Oil filter, same deal. All right, everyone, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope that this video was able to help you in changing your oil on your 3rd generation Tacoma. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will definitely get back to you. I will have links in the description for all the products that I use here. With that, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, that definitely helps out. And thank you.